Welcome back. This is, I think, number 13. I'll check. But continuing to work on this 24 by 36. And what I'm doing today is continuing to put some of those flowers or whatever it is on her dress. I think they're flowers. So I don't know how long this one will be. I'm just, this is kind of boring, but I'm just putting some color on there. We'll get back to it a few more times for detail, or whatever detail I plan to put on it. I actually don't have the brush I need for this, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it with what we got. We're gonna do it with what we got. As I was saying before, it's a little bit at a time. It just comes along. It's a tedious. I use that word a lot, but it applies. It applies. It is a tedious process. And you have to go over the same areas a lot, sometimes, several times. Well, most times you do. So it's is a tedious process. And this, what we're doing today, is just the leaves or whatever it is on her dress. I still can't tell what they were meant to be, but I think it was just a design. Whoever submitted a design for these clothes or whatever, they just drew something in that they thought resembled a leaf, I guess, just to make a pattern, and that's all right. Makes it difficult when you're trying to reproduce it, though. When you can't tell what it is. But we'll try to make it look. We have to take a little artistic license, as they say. Make it look like we think it should look. On these paintings, you just do what you can. Try to do things one at a time. You start thinking about everything you need to do, and it gets overwhelming. It's like when you're working in one area. It's like right now, I can see there's quite a bit more to do just with this dress. And right now, I'm just working on these designs, but I've got so much more to do with the dress itself. And this brush is not helping me. I'm gonna have to put a little more white paint out here. It is frustrating when you don't have the right brush, and I don't have one that's even close to what I need for this. The brushes I have, they're all too fuzzy. I don't know if that's an artistic term, but close enough for me. Fuzzy. Too thick. The ends in this one is very old. This brush here is This brush is 16 years old that I'm using right now. Most people would have thrown it away, but I just don't. I just don't. I just do not. No, I just do not. Once I get to a point where I absolutely can't use them for painting anymore, I'll use them for to use with when I do wood burnings. Use them to put on that teak oil or polyurethane, you know. That will be their demise because they turn hard as a rock after that. And then I still use them for a time. Because I don't try to wash that teak oil out. I just don't. This stuff is toxic enough by itself. I don't want to try to get more of that on my hands trying to get it out of my brush. But again, I only use brushes that are on their way out for that. And some of these flowers or leaves or whatever they are in folds of the clothes, which you'll see later because I haven't put the shades in yet for the folds in the clothes. Because this dress it's cinched up at the waist, and there's folds, there's shadows going up from there that I haven't put in yet. And when I put them in, it'll help with the things will start to make a little more sense. But anyway, it is what it is. Is what it is. Is what it is. Oh my goodness, come on, man. We'll slap out. Worn out. I had to crimp it on there with my Leathermans because the head was about to come off of it. That's how old it is. That's okay. That is okay. This light might go out on me. The weather is storming out there. It's cut out on me twice already. No worries. There's enough daylight that we can wing it. Which brings me to something I talk about in some of my other older videos, but is light. When you're painting something that you want to keep or you're going to display, and a lot of you know this already, paint it in the light that you're going to display it in. if you're going to display it in a white light, like this is white light right now that we're in. I got white overhead and I got a white ring light right here. So this light is white light. It'll look a certain way in white light. Now if I did it in like a fluorescent light, it would look totally different. And if you don't believe me, you can take a painting in your house or whatever and set it in one kind of lighting and then move it to another area where there's different lighting, and it will look different. So you want to paint it in the light that you're going to display it in, because you're going to be making all your decisions based on that light. You paint something in a white light and then you put it in ambient daylight and it's like, what in the world? Usually doesn't look as good in daylight if you paint it in white, or vice versa. So yeah, I paint in white light. I find that a soft white light, I really like a soft white light. What it does to your painting, it's I think it helps you out a great deal. You got a soft, you can take a painting that may not look that hot to you and you put a soft white overhead light on it, and it'll even surprise you. It'll look so much better. You know, it'll make it that light, I don't know what it is, but it's very forgiving. It is a very forgiving light. I'm gonna mess around and get my hands. What I'm trying to do is remember where I was at, so I don't get my hands in this and then have to repaint all kinds of stuff because I got little white spots all over. But yeah, it makes a difference. It sure does. The light makes a difference. It changes with every type of light you put it under. And it will look say if you paint it under something other than white light and you put it under a white light, you'll probably be pleasantly surprised. But if you paint it under a white light and you put it under daylight or something else, you're going to be disappointed probably. It tends to have a negative effect if you paint it in white light and put it under something else. So yeah. And even this, what I'm doing right now, I got an overhead white light from the ceiling, which is one thing. But now, if I even took it like it is right now and set a white light angled down from above, it would make it look a lot better even now. But it definitely will once it's finished product. That's why, like in some of these art galleries or whatever, you'll see a white light above the painting and angled in usually. Because it does look better. Certainly does. Certainly does. And if it's really, you get darker around in the, in a darker area, the other areas, you know, and then that light shining on your painting, I mean, that's why art galleries do it. It makes the painting look pretty good. But if you get it home and you don't display it in that exact same type of light, it's going to look slightly different, or sometimes greatly different. This one was going to be tricky. I should have redrawn this. I'm going to wind up painting on this probably 2 or 3 times this area right here. It's the only spot on her dress that has got this big long line of whatever it's supposed to be, a vine, I guess. And it curves around right there. I'm going to leave it on there because it was in the photograph. But it's gonna cause me issues. It's gonna cause me problems. Yeah, this brush is. All these brushes that I got are they're too frizzed out on the edges. Causing me to do stuff that I'm gonna have to go back and fix. Can get frustrating, that's for sure. It surely can. It certainly can. Certainly can. We were just putting it on there. We're just getting a little more paint on there. We'll be back. We'll be back to this. I may probably go on to something else shortly. You don't want to you don't want to finish one area. You want to finish the painting as a whole. So you just keep moving. Do a little bit here, a little bit there, and then if you're doing it right, the painting will balance itself out. If you finish one area, it won't. Then you're going to have to go back and make the rest of the painting values match that area that you finished. You know, and you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. So you can just keep moving. It's kind of a basic rule that I have. Just keep going. Don't stop. Don't stop in one spot too long. I mean, here I've got all these flowers that I've got to put some paint on, but I'm not finishing them. I'm just putting paint on there. I'm trying to get the shape where it's going to be, where I'm going to leave it At any rate. Yeah, so we just keep on moving. Keep on moving. It's complicated. Some of the ones down here get complicated. Just weird shapes. These really long strands are a problem. Oh man, where are we at here? 23 minutes. Well, we're getting some little bit of paint on there. Let's see what's going on outside. Is it raining? Let's see. Yep, a little bit. Gotta go outside and do some stuff in a minute. Gotta feed some animals. Gotta feed some animals out there. I've got to. Yeah, let's see. There's some paint on there. All right, where we at? 25. All right, we're at 25 minutes, so I'm gonna cut this one and upload it, and then I'll go out and feed some animals and come back and we'll do another one. This is number I believe I said 13. I think 13 on the 24 by 36 oil on canvas. Thanks for stopping in. See you in a bit.